shit, the title, and we'll see if it does it. It might not. They might see. Yeah, see if you get a notification. There's Greg. Hey, Greg, did you get a notification? Surely you didn't. Not that quick. I've only been on here like 20 seconds. So I just posted a live stream. Started to anyway, and I was like 3 minutes in, and it was still nobody here, so YouTube didn't put out notifications. But if you hit the like thing, and Christy does, maybe it'll pick up people to send a notification to people. It's showing them live with no notification, so we'll see what happens. Regardless, my view about this: number one, and I say not if God exists, because I definitely believe that God exists. Good evening. I'm saying if, as in if you believe in God. So, and I'm not talking about you personally. I'm just talking about in general. So, if we believe in God, if there is a Jesus, if there is a heaven, if there is a God, in order to get into the kingdom of heaven, you must repent for your sins. But you have to also understand what those sins are, I believe. You have to know what you did wrong in life. Because if you don't know it's a sin, then how did you know that you sinned? And therefore, how can you say you're sorry by repenting? Or how can you repent for them sins and say that you're sorry? So my position is that if you commit evil acts for other evil men, and you do that for whatever reason, payment, because you want to, your friends, whatever it is, but you don't believe you're doing wrong, therefore you can never repent. And there's no place for you in the kingdom of heaven. That's just my position on it. But if if that is true, if wait a second, let me back up. If that is not true, and you can repent and it covers all of your sins, whether you know it's wrong or not, that's not a place I really want to be. But by saying what I just said, that's not really a place I want to be. If I repent, that will still cover what I just said, even though it's wrong. Was that really a sin? I don't know. So I guess it comes down to how forgiving do you believe God is. Now, when it comes to Ukraine, did you guys get notifications? Christy? Chris. She's not listening to me. So we had this whole Ukraine Russia thing, and the propaganda is deep. Did you get a notification? You didn't? The two's screwing me. Algorithms deep on the titles. Yes, I had to change the title. I first had it written out, and nobody got a notification, so nobody showed up. Those in your heart if you really mean it. Right. But here, right. I understand that, Christy. I understand what you're saying. But here's my position. And like, think about what I'm saying. If you commit evil acts, but you think those evil acts are just, can you repent for those evil acts? If you don't know that they're evil, I guess that's my question. If I go out and murder, if Freddie Meek was just some murderer and he was out, mass murdering people, well, if he was like a serial killer and out killing people in the middle of the night, and I thought it was justified and it was correct, and when I repent for my sins, am I repenting for that, even though I think that what I did was right? I would think that no. So anyway, forget that. So scratch that, because he said he's being called. He ain't got an actual diagnosis. Like, listen, man, Yeager's a dick. I've always held up my position about Yeager. He's a dick. Um, I've met the dude a couple times, talked to the guy a couple times. When he's in your face, he's a totally different dude than he is on YouTube. Um, he does things that are good. He does way more shit that's bad, in my opinion. But whatever. And he's not in Ukraine yet. He was just seen by Travis last night before last, at Walmart. Travis ran into him in Wally World. Um, but to go to Ukraine because you feel like you're being called there is fucking stupid. I'm going to tell you why Yeager's going to Ukraine. For two reasons. One, he watches too much damn TV. He's ignorant. Two, he's bloodthirsty. He's bloodthirsty. Now, he's passing off as he's going there to train people. He's not. He's going there to fight. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's just going there to train people. Regardless, who is the bad guy in this war? I mean, the Russian soldiers are just doing their jobs, right? You don't just hurt people that are just doing their jobs. They're just doing their jobs. I mean, that's the excuse of, you know what I mean, that they use here for the cops. Um, Motherfucker won't fight here for his kids and their freedom, but you're going to jump on a plane. You're going to send the email with all your credentials and paperwork and shit. You're going to then um, go there, probably die over there under the guise of, should I just lay in bed with my undiagnosed ALS? He's got three neurologists. None of them have diagnosed him yet. Not according to me, according to him. He said this. But, he knows he has ALS and Lou Gehrig's disease or whatever. Um, so, how would I rather die? He just wanted to go to war. I mean, it's just kind of what it is. It's kind of an ego thing, in my opinion. But whatever the hell he's going there, it's not for the right reasons. Who's the bad guys in this war? We don't know. You know why? There's plenty of videos out there of fucking U.S. vets that have went to Ukraine and they're like, look, don't come here. Ukraine is trying to fucking make a propaganda poster for propaganda. There was one dude that was in I forget what he called it. He didn't call it a squad or anything like that. I think he called it a brigade. But he said they won't give us weapons. And when the people that do have weapons, they will only give them 10 rounds. And they wanted us to go to this place where I forget what he said exactly, but basically they're trying to use them as sacrificial lambs to spread the propaganda machine, man. Like if we know that, gonna be on our soil yet, he'll go fight Ukraine. What zombie farmer said he's going to fucking Ukraine to fight? What's behind me? A tree? That's just a tree behind me, and then I'm just standing here, I'm like standing right in front of our porch, so I look at the blackness, probably better than look at my ugly mug.
What'd she see?
What'd you say?
That's kind of creepy. What'd she see?
I don't know. I just heard something behind me too a second ago. I love it out here, like the creepiness of the woods. Love it, and it is. It's creepy out here for real. I mean, like, shut the light out, babe. Christy, shut the light out. The front porch light out. Like you can't see shit out here at night. Hold on, I'll try to see. I mean, yeah, turn the porch light off real quick. It's all right. Just turn it off for like just about 30 seconds and turn it back on.
What?
Turn it off for like 30 seconds and turn it back on. So like, watch this. Here's how. I'm going to show you something. Oh man, you can't see tonight. Normally I come out here. Normally I come out here in the middle of the night, like it's black out here. I mean, there's no light out here whatsoever when we turn the porch lights out. I mean, nothing. Like, hold on, you can probably see the camper light and see, get it. Okay, so there's the house light, and there's hold on. Shit, I keep missing it. That little light you see flashing on the side of the screen, that's the camper light. There's a light on in the camper. Keep a light on there in case anybody wants to go there. All right, you can turn it back on. Normally, I come out here at night, and you can just look up because there's a big circle cut in the trees here, like where the house is, and it's like the stars you see. It's amazing, man. You never see anything like this in Ohio just because it started raining on me. But you know, just there's enough information out there if you just dig for it that you can see what's going on. And I've said it before. 3 years ago, the top story on Fox News was the Bidens and how much money they were funneling out of Ukraine. What do you think happens if Russia takes over Ukraine? That money stops flowing. This isn't really about Ukraine. It's not really that much about NATO. It's about the 1% in this country. The 1% in this country are the evil. NATO is the start of the New World Order. Period. Fucking period. You attack one of us, you attack us all. No, our government is for the people here, not for to be in treaties and shit with other countries and go fight wars for them and have our people die for them. But we do it all the time. What Russia is doing is no different at all, no different whatsoever than what we did in Iraq, than what we did in fucking Afghanistan. We did that shit for 2 decades. They passed. Turn the light back on. Oh, it's me, so I'm not moving. I'm moving enough. We did that shit for 2 decades, and I gotta move that. And it was it was passed off as some spreading democracy, like it was some good shit. Now Putin does it, and just because we've been told for the last 7 decades or whatever it's been that Russia is the commie enemy, the commie not common, the commie enemy. We're supposed to buy into this shit, immediately support Ukraine, who are literally fucking Nazis. Ukraine fought with the fucking Nazis at the end of World War II. Sorry to cuss. I gotta quit cussing. I really gotta quit. I got to put some effort into that. I got, hey, baby, get on my ass when I cuss. I really want to quit cussing. Um, like legit,
What?
I want to quit cussing. So like, get on my ass when I cuss.
Okay, don't cuss.
Okay, thank you. Um, like, at the end of World War II, though, Nazis didn't only escape to South America; they escaped to Ukraine also. So when Putin says I'm going in there to destroy Nazism or whatever it is, he's probably not lying. And but what's really going on? You see this, and it's a propaganda machine, dude. Like Russia has one of the biggest army militaries in the world. They have the biggest missile in the world. They have a missile that will hold 17 different nuclear warheads and put them in 17 different positions when it's launched. Yet their troops can't get rations, can't get ammo. Come on, man, what's going on here? 550 for every curse word, man. You're gonna have a lot of IOUs. The first one's gonna get you an IOU.
It's five, not 550.
Oh my bad. I can't see. I'm blind. Cut me some slack. But like we're seeing the propaganda pick up in this country, and it's not getting any. It's like it's just distractions. It's just distracting us from what we need to be doing. It's distracting us from the truth. And what if you know I'm a believer that there is a such thing as Satan, and there is this evil being, whether it's in spirit or in flesh and blood or whatever, that is collecting souls. How can it collect the most souls? Well, back to, if Jesus isn't accepting you in heaven, if you cannot repent for your sins that you know are sins, he's collecting a lot of souls in this country today and across the world, because you have people that are openly supporting evil from daylight to dark. They're getting ready to drag us into this war. And what's going to wind up happening is they're going to make this world a sheet of glass. Mutually assured destruction. So every country that has nuclear warheads, um, they have an agreement. If one lights one off, they all light one off. Mutually assured destruction. So, what does this have to do with anything? Start thinking about the Georgia Guidestones. Start thinking about how many people are in positions of power across the world. I would bet, if we start adding up uh, people that are in positions of power and use them as numbers, I bet if we added them up, they would be around, what, maybe 500,000 people? Kind of odd. I just, we're at the end of this thing, man. And one way or another, we're at the end. Whether it be just the freedom side of it, which we know is gone. We know we've been sold the illusion of freedom for years, decades, and that's been fine. I'm not fine with it. Um, you have idiots that, they are the boot, but then they call other people bootlickers and shit. You have the fucking lurkers who intentionally, keep trying to drag people into whatever it is they got going on. There's a lurker on my channel. I know for a fact, 100% for a fact, I got a lurker that is in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Um, how do I say this? If you tell multiple people that you're being watched by some agency, and that's coming from like you, there's a reason why, if that's true, you have found out that information, and that's because you are somehow tied to that agency, or you're full of shit. Now, I lean towards the okay. So let me back up. I lean towards this person is full of shit, and I will tell you why. So this person, and I'm sure you guys all know who I'm talking about. And if you do know who I'm talking about, don't even say his name. I'm just saying it just for backstory. Um, this person like pretended to be like a lightweight. I don't want to say a friend. Pretend like we were cool. The dude was at my house. I let him come to my house before. Um, he just popped up at my house before. Like literally, I'm out in the driveway doing something. He's come rolling in like, "Oh, I was just in the neighborhood." Yeah, okay, whatever. Um, and then he then he acquired something I was looking for. It wasn't a gun or nothing like that. I'll tell you what it was. It was night vision. It was a set of Harris L3s, I think is what they were. He acquired them from a buddy of him. He actually told me prior to acquiring them, he's like, "Hey, I got a buddy of mine that's getting ready to upgrade. He's got this thing. They're, it's the same ones I got. Do you want them?" I'm like, "Fuck yes, I want them." But I really couldn't afford them, and I knew that. So I talked to my wife, and I'm like, "Hey, I can't afford these, but I got a buddy named TLR Inc. that wants some too." So Travis and I decided that we were going to go in half on these. Now, I didn't tell this person that Travis was going in half on them with me, and I didn't tell this person that I was keeping Travis up on what was going on with them. So whenever I was sent a text message or whenever I was sent a picture, I forwarded it to Travis. I think. I think that's how it worked. I don't remember. It's been a minute. I know I sent him the pictures, but anyway. So all the way up until the week before I was supposed to go hand money for this. Well, back up. So prior to this, so a month before I'm supposed to pick them up, I get a text message like, "Hey, I got them things. They're working. They look good. Blah blah blah. PayPal me the money." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not PayPaling you, thousands of dollars. I'll be in Ohio in a couple of weeks and we'll meet up. But when are you going to be here?" I gave him a date. He said, "Well, I may not be here, but if I'm not there, I will be in Camden, Tennessee for an estate sale." And this is when I started really thinking about I started thinking back in life, like, the conversations I had, things that have been said, like, wait, it's adding things up in my head. And even Christy said, like, some shit prior to this, and, she was right. But he's like, "I'm going to be in an estate sale down there." I'm like, "Where? Down where?" He's like, "In Camden." I'm like, "Wait a second. I move 400 miles away, and you're coming to an estate sale in this little no-name town in the middle of nowhere, 400 miles away from Cincinnati when you live in Cincinnati?" It's like, "Yeah." And in the back of my head, I'm like, "Yeah, right." And then out of my mouth, I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever. I'll see you on the 8th." That was the 8th of whatever month. So up until the day I got there, the day before, I texted him like, "Hey, I'll be there tomorrow." Never nothing back. The day we're supposed to meet up, I texted him. Like, it was set in stone actually that it was going to meet in Ohio because he didn't wind up going out of town allegedly. He shut his phone off. His phone was off that day. His work phone, somebody else. It was somebody else on the voicemail. Um, Email never answered. He still hasn't answered me to this day. He actually blocked me from his YouTube channel. I can't even comment on it. Why? Because he's not a man of his word. And I'm sure he doesn't want people to know that. So, back to TLR Inc. So, TLR Inc. leaves a comment on this person's channel. This was a while back. And the person flipped out like they were best friends or something. Like, "You didn't stick up for me and blah, 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 and I'm mad at you." And Travis is just like he don't want no conflict with nobody. He just, "Whatever, dude. All right, left it alone." Well, then the guy leaves Travis message, like, leaves another comment on another video. And the guy's like, "You're a really good guy," and blah, 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 and all this shit. And Travis is like, "Dude, you don't even fucking know me." Like, he don't know him. The first time he's ever seen him is when he was lurking the other day. And I know he was lurking. I'll get to that in a second. On the video when Travis and Matt was on, Matt from Salver Village Project, or is now Homestead for a Living, and Travis. Networking, man. Like, people say they network, we network. Um, anyway, where was I at? Oh, so Travis leaves another comment, and again, this person seeks out his comment through the other comments when he doesn't do that really, and tells Travis something about somebody watching. We'll say that. Then one more time, 13 hours, which was, or wait, I'm sorry, 13 hours prior to when I seen it, which was about an hour after the video with Travis and I and Matt in it. He leaves him a comment and says something to the effect of, like, "I know something, you're a good guy. Email me, but I can't really get back to you until you get rid of some people around you talking about me." I don't know what people think they know about me, but here's what I have to say about this person. And I'll say it to his face. If you think you know some shit about me, if for some reason that you think that, um, like, people are going to get whatever for being around me, I keep adjusting this thing. I can't freaking see it. I think that's its nativity right there. Which way would it go? It'll go this way. Um, if you think that people, you know, should distance themselves from me for whatever reason, dude, I don't do fucking dick. I don't do anything. I don't. I don't smoke weed. I don't dabble in shit that they say is illegal. Not because I really give a fuck that they said that they're illegal. Because if the time ever comes that I need them, it's a short drive away. I don't have to put my family at risk. But to seek out people that know me, and this isn't the first time this has happened. This has happened before. That's why I said this will be time number 3 that he has told somebody that certain people are watching them, and and it's always the same thing. And like I told Travis, I said what it is this.
Still gone.
Oh, it's not on here. What the project in the first? Can you hear me now, Ng? I'll wait and keep talking until you tell me if you can hear me or not, because it's showing me that I'm live.
You're back.
Yep, yep. All right, cool. So, but he failed at me because you can't manipulate me. You can't make me into what you want me, and I am me. Fucking clear as day. I'm me. That's why people come from. Paul drove 20 hours down here through a fucking blizzard half the way to get down here to hang out with me for a couple of months. It's not so you can hang out with me to get down here to hang out with me for a couple of months. It's not so you can hang out with Freedom Inc. Freedom Inc. So he can hang out. I'm like the realest person. Like I like I don't want to say. What am I trying to say? What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Like that's why I fucking be filming and pissing at the same time and letting you hear my piss at the ground. Like I genuinely filming and pissing at the same time and letting you hear my piss at the ground. Like I genuinely am who I am. And you cannot change who I am. You're not going to change my thought process or my belief system, even if you think yours is better. So some people have the mindset of, I want to breathe as long as I can breathe, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to breathe as long as I can breathe. Cutting out now. The tube is screwing me, man. The tube keeps stopping me. I don't know why it does.
You're back.
It keeps leaving. I know, man. It's spinning, man. It's spinning.
Is it spinning for you?
No, it did just a second
That's
ago.
because you don't see or hear anything. But I do. I just heard you say you're spinning and you're spinning.
I don't know, man. Kirsty says she can hear me now. Like anybody that's met me will tell you, like I'm no different in person. Like I'm I'm of the opinion that what I have said will come back to haunt me sometime in my life. But I really don't give a fuck. It's not to me. It's not about breathing as long as I can. It's about living as long as I can. And living isn't breathing. Living is living your life the way that you choose, doing what you want to do. And if that means sacrificing nice things to go to shittier places, or leaving your family behind, not your immediate family like wife and kids and shit, but your mother and father and all that, then that's just what it is. It is. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we came down here and some shit happened and not the way it was supposed to happen. We kind of got behind, got in a little hole. It is what it is. But failure's not an option. There's going to be a lot of obstacles in the way. Right now, we're on a downslope. We're in the bottom of a hole right now, and I'm trying to dig our asses back out of it. With some help. Some people jumped in and volunteered to help, and I super greatly appreciate that. How they help doesn't matter. They just volunteered to help, like Paul being here, Greg Black, Tracy Black. Matt, Kiss My Ass Socialist, TLR Inc., Liberty Williams, Chris Harris, Angry Fishing, NG. All these people have jumped in and done something to help in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Even if it's just a text me like, hey, man, the world's fucked up. Just want to be the first one to tell you to fuck off today. Good morning. That's like puts a fire in you. Paul being down here. I get a lot done with Paul here because Paul is a smart dude. He's done a lot of shit. And like I said, when he first got down here, like I loved Paul even before he came down here. Like he came down here and I just gave him a hug because I'm glad he's here. But I always thought he was like 97% full of shit. He's just some bullshit. He was the fishing guy. He catches the minnow and tells you about this 300-pound fish that this minnow was. That was what I thought Paul was. Come to find out, it's like the other way around. Paul's like 3% full of shit, really 7% full of shit. Oh, he just starts spinning for no reason.
It's just now for me too.
I haven't moved.
It has for me too.
Like I haven't moved at all. But anywho, way off topic. Ukraine, Yeager, Jesus, and you. I think that we are all going to meet our Maker sooner than later. Evil is running the world now. People believe that evil is good. They are willing to go and fight and die for evil. They will fly overseas to fight a war that they have nothing at all to do with, as their kids sit here and daily are oppressed, as they're writing their tax check to the man. You know what I mean? And it blows my mind. It fucking absolutely blows my mind. All these vets going over there fighting for Ukraine. Who's the enemy? Ukraine's been in a civil war for fucking damn near a decade. Eastern Ukraine fighting, Western Ukraine. And in the beginning of this, if you guys remember, Putin just wanted Eastern Ukraine. He's like, look, I'll take Eastern Ukraine. You all just can't get into NATO and everything will be cool. And they said no. And now he's just like, fuck, I'm going to take it all. I will say, and like Oleg from Oregon Preparedness. I really like that dude. I've never got a chance to talk to him on the phone or anything yet. Maybe one day, hopefully I will. You can give me a call. But he's from Ukraine. I left a comment on his channel one day when he was talking about this, and I said, all Putin wants is a buffer from NATO and to destroy the 1% in this country. That's it. That's all the shit's about. It has very little to do with what everybody believes it is, but the narrative being spun on the TV is that these poor Ukrainians are being bombed by this superpower that can't feed or arm its troops. Just the fact that Russia hasn't totally annihilated Ukraine by now should tell you guys something. They're trying to something's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, and we won't know about until. What's up, TL Rank? Travis had a long drive today. He left Tennessee. We tried to talk him into staying one more day, and he said he couldn't because if he did, he was going to end up moving down here forever. He really didn't say that, but he would.
Iron Maiden says vets from here going there as foreign influence can be declared an act of war. No.
Yeah, I would think so, man. I would think so. I mean, well, it's treasonous, right? You're going to fight for another country. And like I said, it all boils back down to you fuckers won't fight for what's right here. You won't fight for your kids here. Why? Because bombs aren't going to be, bombs ain't dropping from Russia. And it all comes back to the fact that we've been told our whole lives that Russia's the enemy. There ain't one damn Russian that's ever harmed me. Not one. And if one has done anything that has influenced my life negatively, it's been through some political power bullshit because they're mad at the politicians here. That war going on right now is for nothing more than the Bidens and their family, the Clintons and their families, and the money being funneled into their pockets for that country. That's it. That's fucking all it's about. I gotta quit cussing. Especially tell me to stop cussing.
Stop cussing.
You gotta bring it to my attention. You know what I mean? Like, hey, quit effing like I do you. Move. Move. Shake. We need to get some more of those. We need to put some out at the end of the
I
drive.
want you to be upstream for a minute 'cause I want to go back and watch the eyes
The eyes.
behind you.
Somebody seen eyes behind me?
That's what Beth said. Beth said it was the trees were moving and she saw eyes.
Sweet.
And
It
you
was
say you heard something?
like I said. Yeah, I did. I did. I heard something like it sounded like a step.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. Bigfoot Sasquatch. Oh shit.
Taylor said I rode a four wheeler for the first time this weekend too. Thanks to Silas. It was fun.
He did. Silas is a good teacher, man. Silas is so listen what happened. My kids I tell you why. Poor kid. So Silas loves this
Cut off
banshee.
again.
I'm still here to me.
I know, but Harrison said sound cut out and you're stopped. You're like paused.
I don't know, man. Christy can see me
Yeah, you're
still.
back.
So Silas's heart's broken. For Christmas, I bought Trayden a set of his Fuller needs. Okay, the Fuller frame is bent. The problem with that is I can't fix it first because I don't know exactly where it's been at. And I don't know where it's been at because it's all there, so I can't measure it to find out where it's been at. If I took it all, if I blowed it apart, I can measure it, find out where it's been at, and I could fix it. So the easy solution to fixing the problem was adjustable A arms for it. I could adjust out the problem with adjustable A arms. Even though they wouldn't be adjusted symmetrically, it would still fix the problem. But I didn't have the money to go buy a set of $500 or $600, A arms for it. A good set, a low end good set. So I bought a cheap Chinesium set. And I read the reviews on them. People were like, yeah, they're great, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. $118, whatever it is. I bought the A arms. Trading's been saving up buying the parts for it. He just bought the last bit of parts we needed. We figured out we needed once we tore it apart. We go to put it together, and the first thing we noticed is that the A arms are a quarter inch not wide enough. So I'm thinking, I'm like, well, they got end caps on, dust caps on. I can put in 2/8 inch washers on each side, or 2/16 washers on each side that'll make up for the quarter inch. So that's what I did. Going to work out perfect. So then we go to put the bolt through it that holds the arm to the frame, and it breaks, it cracks. There's a bushing in there. It's supposed to be polyethylene, but they're plastic, like legit. You know, um, they're plastic. Not I was gonna say polyurethane. No, polyethylene. No. What are bushes made out on cars? I forget. There's two different kinds. There's a soft kind and there's the hard kind. Whatever the name is, doesn't really matter. And it broke. Point being is it made the A arms useless. So we tore the whole one side apart just to put it all back together with the same parts. So Silas's heart's broken. The problem with that is it makes it a little harder to control and just some other shit. But
Polyurethane.
he what?
Polyurethane. Fossil says.
Yeah, polyurethane. They're supposed to be polyurethane. They're not.
You saw
They're
some giant rabbit footprints in the snow.
yes. We seen. Yeah, we did. We seen some rabbit.
I knew it was rabbit.
We because we followed it and then finally found a spot where you could see he. I guess it was from the rabbit going fast. It was
Yeah,
he was turning.
kicking and spreading it.
Yeah, it looked like footprints until we followed it and we could see
Big
it was
ass
rabbits.
rabbit foot though.
That's what we said. No, it was the whole rabbit body. It was everything landing. It looked like a foot. So when these rabbits jump and he lands fast, it looks like feet.
Oh, you hear that?
What? The kids? The airplane? The water? Huh? Bigfoot Sasquatch? Bigfoot Sasquatch in the woods? What? Okay. I don't hear nothing. You go down. You go down and chain that gate up.
I don't think a gate will stop you if you walk through the woods.
No, it won't, but I have a plan for that. I got a plan for all that. You just got to get a job. See, my job's going to be paying the bills. Your job's going to be buying all the shit we need. I got it. I got a plan for all that. Because we will hear a, huh? Dude, I want to eat all that stuff. I want to eat rabbit and stuff like that.
Dude, if you saw the video I saw today about how they make lettuce, it was insane.
So we walked. TLR Inc. is going to buy some. What? You got a spotlight right behind you in the house. I'm not worried about the shit. I'm busy doing something. Or they all hear shit out here all the time. It's like, oh my god, listen. Shh. Do you hear that? Dad, there's something out there.
Oh my god, so says I got rabbits in the field behind my house. My son bitch of a cat brings her heads to my back patio. That damn bitch of a cat?
It's not a bitch of a cat. It's the cat is giving him a gift.
Yeah, that's what he's bringing.
Yeah, the cat's bringing him a gift.
That's what cats do. Cats do that all the time.
You hear it?
I hear it.
That whistling? Yeah, it's a bird. We heard that owl yesterday, or one. Yeah, it was yesterday when Travis was out here. We heard that owl we see all the time that lives around here somewhere.
Yeah.
We heard it right back here on the property, like big time hooting.
Well, we should catch all the mice.
The owl? sure he does.
What is the freaking bird going out to sleep? It's getting closer and closer.
Well,
Sasquatch.
it's a Bigfoot Sasquatch.
It's Sasquatch.
Bring the body, not the
Do you-
heads.
do you know that?
I know he ate
What?
the body.
Trailer Park Boys, Bubbles.
I've never watched Trailer Park Boys. We've had this conversation like 4 times
That's
now.
right. No, we've had it one other time.
Okay, well, this is time number 3 then.
It's time number
Aliens.
2.
Okay.
You can make a laser
So
gun
anyway,
for
back to the
literally
Silas and the
$15.
Banshee.
Can
So
you hear me?
as you can see, the Banshee, I might lose you for a second. The Banshee is torn apart, sitting here in shambles. Because now, there's the Banshee torn apart. It's under that cover right there, trying to keep it halfway from getting.
Do you hear Colossal? He said you can make a laser printer for literally $15. Get a cat laser, disco ball means, and an auto night light
Yeah,
sensor, easy to make and
The
work.
problem with that here is there's so many trees and shit, man. Like we've already thought all that. I have a plan. I have a plan of action to at least slow people down and let me hear them. But it just takes cash like anything else. So it's just time. It's time. It's time consuming. Like there's no reason for it. Right now, I'm not worried about it until like, the electricity goes out. I won't be worried about it. By then, I'll be worried about it, and by then, hopefully, we have it put into place.
What are we talking about?
Huh?
Laser printer.
Perimeter security. What?
Because you said laser printer.
Yeah, you can put a laser. You can put a laser up, and when that laser's broken, like have like an alarm or something in your house that it'll set off. But
Can you imagine it would go off all the time? The damn squirrels out here.
that I know, but I have a way to do it that if anybody comes on the property, they'll start screaming
They'll
immediately.
start screaming?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that.
That's what we're going to do, and it's not expensive, and it's not dangerous to anybody that knows it's there. And for those other people, it's really not even that dangerous to them. It just hurts a little bit.
Stepping in a hole.
No, we're not digging holes around the property. That'd be a moat.
Listen to my cat talk about cats.
That would be a moat, and there's no way to put it with the moat. We'd have to dig a 300-foot moat right up there, hole to make a moat around the property.
There's a scooter.
A scooter? What's
Scooter.
what's a scooter?
No, a scooter.
Where?
He's hanging from here. Right
Oh, spider.
He's
And the
afraid.
PT Cruiser is broke. We have an electrical gremlins with the PT Cruiser. It ran 3 weeks ago. Then Paul came here and it stopped running. And the fuel pump went out. So we put a new fuel pump in it. Still got an electrical problem. So now we're chasing that. And we think the PCM's bad in it because we did some testing today that says the PCM's bad in it. I'm just kind of hoping it's not because I don't think I'm going to find one in a junkyard because PT Cruisers were junked a long time ago because they were junk. I just happened to get one that's halfway decent. So probably gonna have to wind up buying a new PCM for it, which is probably I don't know how much. I haven't even looked it up yet because I don't want to know. In all
Jay
honesty.
says that one of these days you're going to do a live stream after becoming a Bigfoot believer.
Yeah, and on every one of my thumbnails, it's going to be me like this, and with like a little circle or some
Square
shit,
and
a little square,
triangles.
and then in the hashtag's gonna be Bigfoot Sasquatch. What's the news channel that does that?
I can't remember. I just looked
Like
it up.
every one of his videos, he's like, "Do you see it? It's right there."
And there's nothing
It's right
there.
there.
But no,
Yeah,
there
there's
was a
never nothing
video
ever
where
there.
There was something black crawling around in the woods or in the high grass. It was weird. It looked like it was like slime.
So,
slipping
do you
around.
remember? Have you guys seen the video of the animal on the interstate that was running on all fours? It ran like a cheetah, looked like a man.
Yes.
Do you remember that? And it's like on video. It was like some real shit. Like I mean, maybe they faked it. Maybe I don't know. I think there's a lot of shit in this world that we don't know about that's around us all the time. But I'm cool. Like I'm cool with spirits and all that stuff. You know why? Because they don't bother me. I just want to live my life, man. Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. You want to sleep next to me? That's cool. You want to sleep between me and my wife? That's fine with me too. Just don't be pinching my butt or nothing in the middle of the night. What's up, Trey? Trey? You got something to say?
No.
You should. You should have all kinds of shit to say. You're 15 years old. You should be mad at the world. You should be pissed off at every person watching this right now that's screwing you out of your freedom when you're an adult. It is up to us to save what's for you, and we're not doing it. You should be angry.
You should see how they make lettuce.
I don't care about the lettuce.
Dude, it's so weird.
Listen, I've put shit in my body. I don't care how they make what or what they put in
Think
it.
about how
I
they-
have intentionally put worse shit in my body for more than half of my
the
life.
chemicals that make it
Have you
float on
swallowed
water.
whole goat
What?
turds before?
Goat turds? No,
Oh.
haven't done that. I'll tell you something I have done though that's pretty sick after the fact. And at the time I didn't think about it. Remind me, and I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
At the time, I was like, yeah, this is a great idea. And after the fact, I was like, ew, I probably got Hep C, Hep B now, or Hep A.
See,
Remember
like I said,
how?
we were talking about some wild stuff at dinner with portals. But dude,
Yeah.
there's declassified documents that talks about it.
But yeah, there's a Christy was listening to what's it called? Lightfoot?
No, it's what lurks beneath.
What was the operation?
Oh,
Look up
bro.
Operation. I
Hold
thought
on,
it
hang
was
a sec.
Lightfoot.
No, hold on. Um, oh my god, I was just saying it just 2 seconds ago.
You
What was
did.
I?
Brain fart. Total brain fart. See, don't only happen to
Something
me.
about a mirror or glass,
Looking Glass.
the looking glass, and then something else.
Was
Probably.
that the name of the operation? Operation Looking Glass?
Yes.
Look up Operation Looking Glass. Government operation.
There's that, and the other one was some kind of project, something I don't know. But that wasn't even about the portals. That was something else.
I know.
The portals was something else. But anyway, yeah.
So we might be. I wish we could do more
Tell us
for
some
our
ghost stories.
kids, but anything we do will be called an insurrection. Man, listen. The only way I've said it 10,000 times. Like I've spent a lot of time. You know, people think they know themselves. Okay, like the general public, everybody believes they know themselves. I can assure you that you don't. I promise you that you don't know yourself, and I can tell you this from experience. And you can tell me I'm full of shit all you want. I have spent months on end by myself, where my only interaction with a human was when the person walked by and threw my tray through the fucking door 3 times a day. And then I only seen them twice a day because I don't get up for breakfast. It's not worth getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and have to be there 6 more hours a day because I stay up after I can't get back to sleep after I wake up. When you spend that kind of time with yourself, you really get to know yourself. You really get to know where you stand at and what your principles are, especially when you're dealing with the same shit there that you are here. And it's even worse there because nobody knows what happens in there.
Look at that.
Like even in those places, I'm still the way I am. I still fight for what's right. I still will throw a finger up at what's wrong. Um, but what are you going to do when you're in Colorado and I'm in Tennessee, man?
Buddy renamed.
We moved down here for a reason. Other people said they were coming. Well, actually, a lot of people did. A lot of people thought it was a great idea. They're like, hell yeah, we'll do it. Blah, 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 blah. I ain't heard nothing from them. Some people we knew weren't coming. Um, they, live where they live and they want to stay there or whatever. That's fine too. But we're not going to change anything being miles apart. It's never going to happen. The only way to enact change, the only way to enact change is to do it locally. And the only way to do it locally is with a massive amount of people with the same views and principles, and then from that you go outwardly. That's the only way. We could possibly save a state. Never going to save the country. Might be able to save a bunch of states, but we're not going to do it the way we are. I'm not going to do it having a YouTube channel, especially not now that I don't make videos anymore. I just it's just not going to happen. So what's the outcome of it? Well, the outcome of it is by the time my kids are 40 years old, they will know they're slaves. By the time 2 generations from now happens, freedom won't even be, they will never even know what it was. There will be no history talking about freedom. All the shit that you and I know that has happened in history will be gone. They'll change it to whatever they want people to believe, and they will look up at these masters or these kings or whatever they're called at the time as how it's supposed to be. These people have the authority, complete authority over us. They are our gods. That's how to be looked at. And all the shit that we talk about and what we want and how it should be, that'll all be gone. And that's all because of fucking idiots like Zombie Fairy, who, you know, is the only constitutional, uh, how did it say it? Whatever, the only constitutional candidate. That's what it said. Like, how fucking stupid are you? You're pretty goddamn stupid, man, when the people actually believe the shit you say. And what you say is completely wrong. But it's about falling in line. It's just the echo chamber effect. If people say what you say or what you believe, then you're inclined to follow them. I challenge you to find anybody that says the shit I say. Like, I don't think there's anybody out there that says exactly what I say or anything close to it. Well, there may be. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't found them. I know there's a lot of people that are on like the auditor shit, and they're something. What was it? Everybody's been making a big deal out of this dude because he goes in there and he knows, he can cite um, legal precedents and Supreme Court rulings and all this shit. But that has nothing to do with freedom. That's just a way for him to make money. He knows the system well enough, their system. He knows the legal part of it well enough to where he's able to make a living from it. And that's all that is. I mean, he's a professor, but he's never professing anywhere. He's always out in some other state rather than where he's from, filing lawsuits. That's all the dude does. What is that dude's name? The guy with the glasses.
Where? Sorry, he was talking to me. I was in there. I didn't
I
hear.
forget the guy's name. I forget the name of his channel. People just been making a big deal about him lately, like he's some fucking God's gift of freedom or some shit. But all he's about is like filing lawsuits. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that, like, why
They
can't
file
people
lawsuits and they're
why can't people just
extortioners.
just agree that we are all going to live our lives however we choose to live them, and we're going to be left alone by these thugs and the assholes that extort us to pay those thugs. Government. The coin isn't on heads on both sides. The people cannot have authority over government when the government has complete authority over the people. And if you don't believe they do, why don't you go ask, like, I don't know, Duncan Lemp? You want to go ask him? See what he has to say. Oh, wait, you can't ask him because he was fucking murdered. Why? Because he had a firearm. That's their reasoning behind it. Because he had a firearm that he never said he was going to harm anybody with, that he never tried to harm anybody with, just because he had it. People fail to realize that when we allow. I told a girl tonight. Paul will tell you was in Dollar General tonight, and there was a pig on the counter, and he squeezed it, and it goes. Paul bought one the other day, and so he bought it. I want one because I want to put it in my truck, and every time I see a pig, I want to honk it. But I don't. Somehow we got talking about the pig, and then that turned into talking about cops. I guess it's because I said, well, I want one so I can honk when I see cops. And the girl's like, well, I have a few cops in my family. I'm like, yeah, they're thugs, right? They're tyrannical thugs talking to her. I'm like, listen, I said, if a cop walks up to you right now, you walk outside right now, the cop walks up, points a gun at you and tells you to get on the ground, what are you going to do? She's like, I'm going to get on the ground. I said, okay. Are you free? She's like, well, yeah. I mean, she tried to justify it. Well, yeah, I'm free. He just, I said because if you fit the description was the excuse I used the excuse the cop would use. And I said, now, if I walked up to you with a gun and told you to go, what would you do? She said there'd be a fight. I said, well, what's the fucking difference? If you have done nothing wrong, what's the difference in a cop doing it and me doing it? Because you have been indoctrinated to believe that the state has complete authority over you. And then she started asking the simple questions like, well, what do we do without cops? I said, take care of yourself. Take care of your own. I mean, it's not hard, but the thing everybody defaults to is the immorality of it or the evil of it. Well, that's fine if you want to do that, but what about X, Y, Z? What about the grandma kills people for no reason in his front yard? I don't care about none of that shit, man. All I know is I just want to be left alone. That's it. And I'm willing to take those risks. I'm willing to take whatever risk that it is to be able to live my life how I choose, not being told what to do, not having my money extorted from me. And just like that, extortion. Just like taxation, man. Taxation on your land. You don't, listen. So down here, taxes are nothing. I think my land taxes we have 12 acres. I think my land taxes is like $96 or some shit if I was to pay it, which I don't have to pay it for another, I don't know, 10 years or something. Part of the deal. And when it comes around, I'm not going to pay it. But let's just say you own this amount of property and your land taxes are $96. In 3 years, there will be, and if you don't pay it in 3 years, there will be sheriffs, men with fucking guns, sent by government to take you off of your property that you can own outright. You could have never not owe a dollar on that property. You pay $6 a year. They will kill you if that's what it means to take your property from you because you don't do as you're told to do and for no other reason. And there's no way to opt out of it. You can't opt out of it. So when the sheriff was here, I told him, like, dude, motherfucker, don't come back here. I have no use for you. Blah, 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 whatever. He's like, well, don't call us. So I'm like, motherfucker, I didn't call you today. I ain't never going to call you. I have no use for you, period. He's like, we won't come here. I'm what private property signs out there? That means for you too. 20 signs just to prove the point. There's I think there's a sign every, I don't know, 30 yards or something around my property, which I have 20 more. I got to put down one side of it. But I'm probably gonna death here. Trying to turn this light back on. I don't know if it'll work right here or not. Um, but I wish it was that simple. I wish it was just as simple as opting out. If y'all want to be ran by tyrannical thugs, more power to you. Go ahead and do your little thing and rely on them assholes. Me, I don't have no use for them. My kids have no use for them. My wife has no use for them. They rely on me, not you. You can do nothing for us. And if you look back in time, and it's all theater, man. I mean, a year ago, the same people, okay, the same people that are praising these truck drivers in Canada, and whatever happened to the convoy here in the States. We heard that it was happening. We seen it going across the country, and then it got to about Indianapolis, and it just vanished as far as I know. I haven't heard nothing about it. Then again, I don't watch much TV. So maybe it did. Maybe they're all parked in D.C. But anyway, the same people that were calling BLM terrorists last year, fucking terrorists, for standing in the middle of the street, telling people they should run them over. You should kill them, which I'm not saying that they're wrong. I don't agree with impeding on anybody's freedom to travel. But then truckers do it, and you act like they're goddamn heroes. Like, where do you stand at? How do you convince yourself of the bullshit that you say and believe? Like, how do you really convince yourself of that stupid shit? Like, that right there is like the prime example of cognitive dissonance in this country and around the world. Or bootlicker fucking Billy, fat ass zombie that can't get me out of his mind for some reason. Just for my rigors. Paul's cut this out of my head. So the cyst is getting bigger and bigger, and it's not going away. And their doctors will see me because I won't put on a face covering. So even though they no longer require face coverings, don't understand it, but whatever. Paul's going to do it for me. He's got the shit to do it. I'm going to do it. My wife doesn't know. Don't tell her. She'll know when I come out and I got stitches down my face this far because it's going to have to be cut open pretty wide just because the whole sack's got to come out or else it'll just grow back. So all the meat inside will be cut. Whatever. It'll be fun. We might do it live. Probably not. I don't think we can do that live. Probably not. You'll see it before and after, though. You see it now? We'll show it to you after. I don't know, man. Like, there's no solution to the problem because people don't want solutions. They want crutch. They want crutches is what they want. They just want to limp through it. They just want an easy way around it that doesn't involve sacrifice or losing what they love or giving up money or whatever. Like it's a struggle. Trying to be free is a struggle. Like we struggle every day, but it's okay. It'll work out. Like failure is not an option, and we would have already failed if it wasn't for the people that care about us. And like everybody that has jumped into helped us, and no matter how we needed help, is people I've met through this channel. I think the name of everybody earlier. Well, not everybody. What's up, yo?
Tape.
What?
Electrical tape.
What do you need electrical tape for?
Because my glasses broke again. The fourth time tonight.
The fourth time tonight? Go get
in
that.
the last hour.
Will you go get Daddy's my truck keys, and I think I got some electrical tape in my truck. I got some. Here, what color do you need? Do you care what color it is?
I don't care at all.
On my electrical bag on top of the bar, there's a bunch of electrical tape.
Okay, I heard Paul's gonna cut that out of your face.
Paul.
Come on, no, you don't.
Yeah. No, I don't know where we're going to do it, but it's going to get done before he leaves. I know that.
I don't trust him cutting by your eye.
I do. It'll be fine. There's no major arteries right there. I'm cool.
No, it has roots. You know that, right?
Yeah, he's going to get them all out. We already talked about this. I know he's not. I'm going to talk him through it.
Huh?
I'm going to talk him through it.
Bullshit. Don't do that. Go to the doctor. There's a doctor that'll see you without a mask.
Find me one and I'll go.
You know that there's a reason
them,
why they call
Yeah,
you.
they wouldn't see me if I won't wear a mask.
You know there's a reason why they call this the triangle of death, right?
On the computer.
Dad?
How are they going to cut it out of my face, babe, from the computer? How are they going to cut it out of my face from the computer?
Well, I'm just saying, even the doctors that do that will see you. Look at the one you went to the other day.
Yeah, the one that said that I'm okay.
He's still, no,
But there's not.
Don't let him cut that out.
They put me in a position. They put people like me in a position. They try to put everybody in a position to be all diseased and shit. And they the same shit is happening here.
A shop bag. The shop bag.
It's pretty big, man.
You're buffering me, but I don't know.
My buffer.
You say he's got some body cane when you need it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use ice cubes. It'll be fine.
An ice cube.
It won't. Don't, Christy,
You
listen.
think so? You're trying to act tough right now.
I'm not acting tough. Do you remember how like all the moles I had on me that we cut off and then we cut the roots out of those?
What are you talking about?
All the moles that used to be on my back of my neck and shit.
On the back of your neck?
Yeah, and we cut them all off in prison. There was 9 of them we cut off.
Where?
All the ones that were on my back of my neck.
When did you cut them off?
When I was in prison.
Oh, I was gonna say I didn't do it.
No, I did it when I was in fucking in
Okay, but the other ones you went to the doctor for, didn't you? They
no,
burned them off.
no, I went to for the one on my head I did, but that was prior to knowing that I could use ice to numb my skin and the
Okay,
immediate
well, that's
flesh under
not a
it.
mole, okay, that's under the skin, and that is.
Okay, what's the
attached
worst?
to a
What's the
bunch of
worst that's
crystal
going to?
shit. That's your head
Hold on.
and
What's
your eyes?
what's the worst that's going to happen?
You go blind.
I'm
bleed to
going to
death.
go blind because I got a cut right here on my face.
You don't know what you don't know what it's attached to. Is what I'm saying.
But I'm not worried about it. What are we going to do if
You know that'd be some shit.
rule if the shit? What are we going to do, folks? If shit hits the fan and we have to cut something out of our faces or have surgeries? I can do it like old times. I can drink a little Jack. I don't drink, so if I drink a couple to numb it, put some ice on it, Paul yak it open, get it out. I'll be good to go.
Santa said there's a reason why they call the area around your nose the triangle of death.
They don't call the area around your nose a triangle of
They
death.
don't call it that. Yeah, they do.
Prove it.
Prove it.
I'm fine. Paul will get it. I trust Paul. Travis is going to be the what's the nurse called that hands all the damn scalpels and shit?
Scalpel.
The head nurse. Travis is going to do that. We got this. We've taken one medical class between us.
Perhaps make the incision above the eyebrows to hide any scarring.
I don't care about scars, man. Scars ain't. I don't care. I'm scarred. I'm so fucking scarred up, and it doesn't even matter. One more ain't gonna hurt. Look, here's what we're doing. We're gonna cut it. Like I'm not being funny at all. We're really doing this. Paul's really going to do this. We're going to cut it from here, right here. And he's going to make an incision straight up my nose, straight over the top of it, up to about here. He's going to open it up. He's going to take a scalpel and go into the meat and cut the meat out all the way around to cut the roots of it out because it's a cyst, so it has roots and it has the white sack and shit. You have to get it all out, or else what?
You didn't watch that video about the AstraZeneca shit.
And then he's going to take it out, and then we're going to sew it up, and then it's fine. I saved like $10,000 that I don't have, and all I got to do is give him a hug and tell him thank you. It'll be all right, I promise. For anybody that's worried, y'all should be on my side and tell my wife it'll be okay. We're going to use my Leatherman. See, we can use his Leatherman to pull it out. So there you go, Travis. I bet Travis has enough to do a damn brain surgery in his pocket. The dude carries more EDC shit than anybody ever seen in my life. I thought I was bad. I got a knife and a tourniquet or something. No, I don't. There is no doctors for the time being. They will not see me, man. I just had to drive 400 miles to be seen over some shit just to get the workman's comp shit done. And the doctor was a total cock smoker. I need to go tell him. I need to go visit him, by the way. Was actually nice to the dude. He was a fuckhead. Feel free to bite that bullet. Why am I going to bite no damn bullets? Yeah, man, I said you're free to cut it. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Colossal. But I'm going to. Ain't biting the bullet. Wasn't that a saying from back when they used to do surgeries on people in war? They'd give them something to bite on, and it was a bullet. Ain't that where that comes from, or something like that? Something to that effect. The hobby knife is really sharp and small like a scalpel. We have all the real shit, man. We already have like all that real shit. Tons of it. I got a bunch. He's got a bunch. I'm sure Travis has a bunch. Well, I mean, they're licensed by government, so they do as government tells them to, man. Most of them. I mean, my doctor would probably do it. Then I'm going to be paying him, $1,500 or some shit to do it outside the office because he can't do it in the office because they want me to wear a mask. Every time I go there, it's a big fiasco with the bitches at the front desk. You got to wear a mask. I'm like, you stupid bitch. The damn doctor I'm getting ready to see gave me a letter that's in your computer that says I don't have to wear shit, and I'm not wearing it. I just refuse to wear it. But then two news. Yeah, Neosporin don't work. You don't pack wounds with Neosporin. It does not work, and it actually makes it worse because it holds bacteria. So I got a big cut one time on my arm in prison, and we were trying to hide it. I got stung by a bunch of bloods, partially in the store bathroom. I'm like, all right. And then I didn't really realize there was going to be 7 people in there, but I was like, fuck it, and it just would not stop bleeding. And we packed it with sugar and Vaseline to try to get the blood to get it stopped because that will stop bleeding in small wounds. It will not stop bleeding if you're leaking like a fucking car that just got a rock through or a rod through the oil pan. Yeah, see, Travis got all his grandpa was a doctor, and we got found all that shit out in his barn. Really cool shit too, like syringes that were glass. And I want one of those, Travis. I want one of those syringes, the glass syringes. I should do a live stream of me shoot myself up with my medicine, huh? Show you how it's done. Makes you feel way better. Like I really think I'm dying. Don't tell my wife. She's got some life insurance on me. She ain't listening, so I can talk about anything right now. So hurry, get it in. What you guys want to know? Glass syringes. Yeah, there's a bunch of them too. In G, I mean everything from like real small ones for like diabetics to fucking huge ones. Looks like they was, I don't know. It's cool shit. And his grandpa was a doctor. When did your grandfather die, Travis? When did he stop being a doctor? Let's say that. I mean, he had to be a doctor like back in the 30s and 40s. I mean, like the shit was old, but it was cool as hell. Me and Traiden's there, and so Travis is just kind of like how to explain Travis. He's just really non-confrontational. That's the way I explain. So like we're going to look at his land. I'm like leading the way, the whole trying to lead the way, and I have to keep telling myself like this is Travis's thing. Let Travis go first. So I kept telling him like Travis go first. When Trade and I went up there to help him with the barn, me and Trade's like digging through everything, man, like it was our grandpa's shit. And I felt really bad, but like I don't know. He stopped in the mid '80s. But when did he start though? Well, my bad. I meant to ask when he started because that's probably where all the glass syringes came from. Or maybe he just collected that shit. Regardless, it's cool as hell. The plungers are made out of cork, and they're glass. They're really cool. I really want one. 1940. So there you go. Early 40s. That's probably glass syringes. I would say. One apart with some of those syringes. Y'all see. And Jeeps, get your damn fingers out of my Kool-Aid, bro. I'm getting one. Depending on the incision, you might be able to see it with. So we can use stitches. They won't pull apart. The incision will be too long for steri strips. Plus, my face still moves there a little bit. Like, it will be about that long. It will have to be in order to get it out. Like I said, we got this. I'm not going to die from it. Worst case scenario, I wind up with a cut on my face and nothing else happens. That's the worst case scenario. It gets infected and I then die. That's probably really the worst case scenario. But like my body, if I leave shit alone, like I've had some pretty horrible gashes, some pretty horrible cuts. Um, like even when I stabbed myself, even when I got stabbed, I cut myself and then I got stabbed too. So both of them, I didn't take care of those and they're fine. Anytime Christy cleans my wounds, they get infected. Never fails. Hey baby, you need to clean that. You need to wash it up like on my hands. I had big burns on my hands, and I had grease packed in them and all kinds of crazy shit, man. And I just let them alone, and they healed fine. If I cleaned it, they would. It's like shit like.
It depends. Some of them had to be cleaned, some of them did not.
What's that, baby?
Huh?
What's that?
Your cuts and burns and all that stuff.
But when I clean them, they get infected. When I don't, when they're
And
packed
that
with
was just those little burns. And
right,
that was just,
right. But even anything else, even when I have any kind of cut, if it's packed full of grease, dirt, grime, whatever, it always heals fine. It never gets
you
infected.
can't keep using my hot spots. You need to figure something out. I'm gonna kick this boy's ass.
So staples aren't even a consideration. Yeah, staples. I can put staples in my face. We can staple it. We got staple guns. We'll probably just stitch it though. Staples are, we can staple it too. It's in a spot we can staple it or stitch it. Really, staples would probably be better now that you mentioned it. Yeah, I might just do staples just for the cool factor. You know, the cool staples in my face. Maybe we'll just do an X for good measure.
I'll find a doctor tomorrow.
Let's see it. You guys heard it. She said she's going to find a doctor tomorrow. Let's see it. I need to go to the dentist too. So if you can't find
Well,
both,
that's kind of hard when we got to go all the way up.
that's fine. Make it happen,
I
Captain.
might have to stay a day.
I don't care. I can stay a day in Ohio.
Got free hotel stay, so.
Yeah, there you go. You got a free hotel stay still, so we can stay.
The dogs, I don't want to leave them inside here. So when we leave, they need to stay out here, and then when he comes home, he can bring them in.
But we can't because if they get tangled up, they will kill themselves.
We can't, cause what?
If they get tangled up, they will hang themselves.
Hey, then they're stuck until Teddy gets home.
We're not doing this. We're not having this conversation right now.
Listen,
This is my Zen time. Nothing else exists.
Zen time.
Go away. Yes.
Don't talk to me like that.
Talk to
Tell
you.
me to go away.
Talk to you however I want.
No, I know. I
Hey,
got a blue
hey,
wrench
hey.
ready.
You got a blue ridge. That was funny. Oh shit. That was funny shit right there. Oh wait, Travis said something. He said liquid skin seal stuff. Well, yeah, one of the keys coming up. But yeah, it works. I've used it too. Like usually I just don't. I've had some pretty bad cuts that I've just let go. Like when we moved here, I hit myself in the knee with an axe on one leg, and the next week I hit my other leg with a chainsaw, and the chainsaw was just scratches, but the axe definitely needed just a couple of stitches, but I just let it go. It always heals up. It just takes longer. That's the only thing. That's the only thing stitches are for, man. It's just to make it heal faster. So quicker, but could be harder. I don't care if they line up cleanly or not, man. I'm not worried about scars and shit. I mean, I had a bunch of staples in my leg. I don't remember how many. When I stapled my ass up, back all the way down until about 4 inches above my knee. Hip surgery when I broke my pelvis. For my pelvis surgery, because they had to open me up like a fish. Hey, Christy. How many staples was in my how many staples was in my ass and back and leg?
This is my Zen time. Go away.
Okay, after you answer this, I
I
will.
don't know, like 27 or something.
That was it?
I don't know. Which one? Oh, which one? The back?
My back from when
Oh,
I did my
God,
leg.
those? I don't remember. There was a bunch. I thought
Was it like 40 or something?
in the front. I was thinking about your knee, huh?
Were there like 40 of them or something?
There was a bunch.
42 of them? That sounds right for some reason. I could be wrong, but I think there was like 40 something of them.
There was a. It was like the whole back. Your up the half.
That's what I said. It was half
and then down
my back
side.
all the way down my leg to almost like 4 inches above my knee. I don't know. I don't remember. There was a bunch though.
I don't remember, honestly.
Shut that door so the cat don't get out, please. Yeah, but there was a bunch. I think there was like 42. 40. I also had like
Something like
42
that.
staples or some shit. And then I had a bunch of stitches in my face. I was fucked up. I wish I could find the pictures from it. We got them somewhere. Somebody's got them on an electronic device somewhere, I'm sure. Probably on Google Drive, something like that. But the problem with staples is I always take them out way too early. They start itching, I take them out. Yes, will you be streaming the surgery? I don't know. I said that a minute ago. I don't think they'll let me. I don't think I can stream it. If I could, I would. If not, I'll video it and maybe try to post it somewhere else or something. Or I'll have one of the kids video it. Take it off from work. Yeah, Ken. When I got that car wreck in 2016, I broke my pelvis, and so my femur went. When I wrecked, my body weight, I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and there was no. I already cut the airbag out of the car, so there was no airbag. And so when my body went forward, my knee hit the firewall. It pushed my femur out the back of my pelvis, and then when the car stopped, and I went backwards, I was so far away from the seat, and my leg was stuck in the dashboard, and that it pulled my femur back out the front because it had, what do you call when it has like You know, like if you have a dog and you give it a lot of leash, the dog can take off running and then it'll pull you rather than you having it on a short leash and it can't pull you. Same thing. But when my body weight went backwards and pulled my femur out of my pelvis, then on top of that, I tried to walk because they couldn't get me out of the car. So we finally figured out how I could get my leg was stuck in the dashboard and they kept hurting me trying to get me out of the car, like painful hurt. I wasn't even hurt because of the wreck. I was hurting because of them trying to get me out of the fucking car. So finally I lost my shit and I'm like, look, motherfuckers, quit it. I'm gonna get myself out of the car. I'm fine. Just cut the seat. So I kind of lifted myself up, and then they cut the brackets on the seat and pulled the seat back. And then I just kind of lifted myself up on the seat and what was left of the console, and I got my leg out of the dashboard. Um, and then they had the backboard next to the car. So mind you, they've already cut the car all up and shit to get me out. Um, and I just kind of pushed the backboard away and stood up like I was cool. My ride was on the way. I didn't call my dad and everything. I was in the car on the phone with my dad when they were cutting the car open. He's like, "What's that noise?" I was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, man. It's just the jaws of life. I'm stuck in the car, but I'm cool. I'm just stuck." He's like, "What? Are you sure they're gonna let me pick you?" I was like, "Dude, I'm fine. I just got a cut on my face. I had a cut on my face, but you can't even see it now. I'm sure you can see the scarring on my face, like if I shaved, but I had a cut that went down my face and through my eye. That's why my eyelid's all screwed up. Like if you look at it, I got the little bumps and shit in it, but it went straight down my face. My top eyelid was split in half. My bottom eyelid was cut real bad, and then it went down, but the rest of my skin was peeled off. So my face hit the windshield and then went down after it busted the glass, and it literally took my beard off and everything, like everything. Even my eyelashes were shaved off. I mean, it was crazy. I'm lucky I didn't lose my eye. Um, and then like I got up to the backward was there. You know, I just kind of spun around the seat when I got my knee on the dashboard, and I just stood up, and it didn't hurt. I mean, I was standing on both feet, and I just kind of pushed the backboard out of the way and just went to take a step, and it didn't work. And kind of find out my pelvis was broken and my hip was dislocated. So, and of course, you know, it had to be a fiasco at the hospital. When the pain finally started, it really started because they spent an hour, trying to get an IV in me. It couldn't because I have problems with getting out, like people putting IVs in me. It's a rough time. Which now I know how to do it because a vet medic he was from in Afghanistan, he was a trauma medic in Afghanistan. Showed actually a nurse at Optimize You how to do it because they were having problems when I walked in. I always tell people taking my blood, like, I'm sorry, this is going to take a minute. Just, you know, if you listen to me, we can get this done faster because I know me better than you know me. I know how you're trained to do it, but that's not really the best way to do it for me, and I know this. And they never listen to me. They always go by their training, and it never works. So, you they don't know how to do it. They can't get blood from you. Just take your hand, your arm, your neck, have somebody lift up on it, and then have the person behind you take blood out of your form. That's how you do it. So, but they stuck me for like an hour at the hospital, like a bunch of times, like way over 30 times. I had band-aids everywhere on me, little tape with gauzes everywhere when Christy showed up. And right before that she showed up, they'd give me my meds, and they wasn't helping. The pain was starting to come on, the adrenaline was gone. So now I'm feeling, you know, I broke a leg, my pelvis is um, yeah, my leg was broke too when I tried to walk on it. But my pelvis was broken, hip dislocated. I had broke my back, I had separated my shoulder, I had face injury or head injury, um, and the pain medicine they gave me didn't help me. And we tried to explain to the doctors and nurses very nicely that opiates don't affect me the way they do other people that have a super high tolerance. And it's kind of like be like, well, fuck you, kid. Yeah, you can't go nowhere. Your pelvis is broken. And I said, Christy, give me some pants. I'm gonna army crawl out this bitch. So I put my pants on, and about the time I made it to the middle of the room, I got body slammed by some big fat nurse. She like grabbed me by my shirt, spinning around, and slammed down. That's what she did to me. Uh, then the cops come in, of course, because you know cops belong in hospital rooms, and a bunch of doctors and nurses, and everybody's freaking out because I'm leaving this hospital and I'm all fucked up. And the doctor came in, he's like, "Hey man, what's wrong?" I was like, "Look, dude, I have a super high tolerance to opiates. You can obviously tell that I'm not just trying to get drugs from you. I'm fucked up." He's like, "Well, we already gave you some." I was like, "But it obviously wasn't enough. So give me more if you fuck it." That's creepy. Hey, Christy. She's gonna freak out about this. Fuck, I'm freaking out about it. Come here, listen to this. Come here and listen to this. Come here and listen to this. With the I was like, look, if you fuck up and give me too much, you got this shit to restart it. So hit me some fucking Narcan and we'll start over. He's like, if I have to do that, be quiet. Come here, listen to this. Be quiet. Come here. Come here, stay where I'm at. Listen to across the street over the woods. Just listen closely.
I told you there's some weird shit happening over there.
Yeah. It sounds like a coyote.
We better get out here.
Sounds like a coyote howling or something. Hear it? You can't. Hey, Silas. I can hear your big mouth all the way out here.
Both need to be quiet for a minute.
Oh, Kirsty's trying to hear this. I don't hear it anymore.
Remember that time we heard like pigs or something? It sounded like a boar.
Yeah.
Some kind of wild fucking, I don't, whatever.
I feel safer here than I did in Cincinnati.
It gets creepy when you go back there.
Yeah, like I said, the woods were creepy just in general. Even as an adult, the woods were creepy. Anybody says they don't get like like the butterflies in their stomach when they're out in the woods at nighttime is lying.
You know what that is, don't you?
Was that Jesus talking to me? What?
Yeah.
Anyway, so the doctor
Bigfoot's
hooked me.
this
The
much.
doctor hooked me up, and I was so fucked up. I was talking about Paris Hilton and all kinds of crazy shit. Remember?
Yes.
That
Me and
was.
the nurse, the guy nurse was cracking up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you kept saying, I still feel it. And we're like, yeah, he don't feel nothing no
Yeah.
more.
At that point, I was just trying to get high.
Yeah.
At that point, it was. But then they did my surgery the next day, and I had the bright idea that I was going to get sober, but I had to leave the hospital right now, or I was going to die. I had those two. I woke up from surgery, and that was my first thought. If I stay here, I'm going to die. No, this is like a snarling. They seen you. They seen you in your pink robe, in your little purple sandals and red toes. Yeah, but then I got.
Seriously, you're still going to make fun of 10 millimeter even Sasquatch in your yard.
Dude, 10 millimeter is junk, bro. Like, listen, here's why I don't like 10 millimeter. Okay,
Sasquatch is a real
10 millimeter may be a great round for putting a bear down. My question is this: what if there's 3 bears? Can you bears with a 10 millimeter before it attacks you, or should you have a 9 millimeter?
But no.
Or if you had a 9 millimeter that has way less recoil, it's just as it gives. I mean, it's a whole whopping millimeter. I want you to shoot 40. I mean, that's all it is. 10 millimeter is just a way to say, I bet $1,000. Okay, I'll bet you $1,000, but I don't have to have it because I'm going to win the bet. Matter of fact, I'll bet you my $1,000 against that square body Chevy that you have shot 40 cal through that 10 millimeter, haven't you? Guarantee you have. Bet my life you have. It is less slower. Yeah, it does have more recoil. About double the energy of a 9 millimeter. But you can get 2 shots off on a 9 millimeter. If you're shooting multiple shots, you can get 2 shots off on a 9 mil for every shot you take with a 10 mil. But tell me you haven't shot a 40 through that 10 mil. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear the lie. Say you have never shot. Hey, people, what's up, Nick Roberts? Say you have never shot a 40 cal through that 10 millimeter. I'm waiting. I know you hear me. Come on, I'm waiting. Oh, yes or no? I haven't tried 40 in it, but I know it works. I use 40 snap cap in it. See? Use a 40 snap cap in it. So you're dreaming of shooting 40 through that. How much you like 40. Just say you like 40, man. Has nothing to do with 10 millimeter. You're just a 40 guy. Pretty soon you'll be a 45 ACP guy talking about how the great 1911s are for ADC.
Tennis news there, but yeah, it does have more recoil.
I'm just kidding. What's up? What's up, NG? Or what's up, Ken Anderson?
Paul Revere's here too. He says all the finest of people are here tonight.
What does he say? I'm
Matt says
seriously
I'm seriously
getting
one.
I'll probably go Rock Island. Fuck Rock Island, man. Rock Island are bitches. They support.
MP5 and Tamina beer be cool.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. Now that is something I could get down with. I could definitely get down with the MP5 and 10 mil, for sure. 460 rolling. What is that? A damn elephant gun?
460 rolling.
I think most bears have actually been killed by 9mm because that's what's coming. It isn't about what they've been commonly killed with. It's just about, okay, how fast can you shoot a 10 mil, get your sights back in line, back on target, and shoot again. Versus, and with multiple threats, versus shooting a 9 mil.
And that's just what people mostly carry when they're encountering.
Right, but I'm not saying it's a better cartridge because it's killed more bears. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in any situation with multiple threats, are you better off having a gun that does more damage with the shot, or a gun you can get more shots off with less damage? I would argue you are better with a gun you can get more shots off on target with less damage than you are with a gun that has more damage per
Faster
shot.
follow up due to lesser recoil and muzzle rise. Stream cutting in and out now and again, but I'm guessing that's what's being said.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said, man. I'm sorry the stream's cutting in and out. Yeah, I'm with you.
What is
Accuracy and
that
follow up
going
shots
out
for me.
there?
Me too.
Like the birds aren't usually out.
So let's scream more penetration than 9mm. And penetrations, man, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Because people will shoot the 9mm better.
Okay,
Taylor says.
there we go. That's. But are
That's
you
just
one of
'cause
those
they can't
people?
handle
Well,
it.
it's not even that. Okay, can you personally, if there's multiple threats, okay, let's say you have 4 threats, whatever they are, coming at you, in a 60-degree funnel, would you be more likely to hit all of those threats and stop them with a 9mm or a 10mm if they're all actively coming at you from 30 feet away? So 10 yards away. No. Okay, we're going to go inside. I mean, I don't know about you all, but here's what I would do if I ever had 4 threats running up on me and I had a 10mm on me. I would call my heroes, the police, and have them deal with it because they're heroes, and they will be right here to save the day.
Make sure you say you're kidding.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Keep that for your record, zombie fuck.
He's such a queen.
Me, since I've done all my training with a 10, I would be better with the 10. I don't agree, man. I have to disagree with you. See, you done all your training with the 10, so you would never know. You need to carry a 9 for a little bit. You need to go out to the range with a 9.
Handgun, in my opinion, is to create distance, not to end a threat.
Yeah, what's up with that carbine Glock was supposed to put out? Did they ever get it out? I mean, before the COVIDian, it was like the big craze, like Glock's coming out the carbine, and then we never heard nothing else about it. Like I'm all about it, PC. 456 SOCOM AR pistol. Hey, do you, man? I'll tell you what's badass. I seen a dude the other day. It was on a video that had a 13-inch 308. It was pretty badass. No, I would never have anything with a 6-inch barrel, especially not a damn carbine. Or what do they call them now? PDWs, PCC. I mean, like, what's all these acronyms? I would never have one with a 6-inch barrel. You're just asking to blow your hand off. That's what that is. Even with an 8-inch barrel, you have to put a hand stop on it because you will blow your hand off.
If you're not trained.
Even if you are trained, you will.
Not necessarily.
You could possibly.
It's
pretty.
Possibly.
There's a much higher likelihood under stress that you're going to put a hole in your hand.
That's why you train.
I don't disagree with that, but if you put a hand stop there, you can pretty much eliminate that.
I think my Glock 40 is a 6-inch barrel.
Right, but it's a Glock 40. It's a pistol. It's not a pistol caliber carbine. Any
Right.
carbine, any pistol caliber carbine with a 6-inch barrel. I see people
10.5
do it all
is
the time.
pretty short.
I know people that got ARs with 7-inch barrels, like
Oh,
5.56
short,
ARs.
short gun.
And I'm like, why would you do that? And there's no hand stop on them. Like, you're going to blow your hand off. Like, let's use some common sense here. So you pull you go up, you put the gun up, and as you're going up, that when you go to snap it in your shoulder or on your cheek with the pistol, because it's a pistol, you don't allow to use your shoulder. You got to follow the ball. The forward hand is going to want to go in front of that barrel. And I mean, I don't know, just hand stop. It's $14. You can buy a Magpul one for like $14 or something. Put it on there. Plus, like with that short, with that short of a barrel, you lose a lot of energy in it. Long until someone makes a reach. It's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. You know the type. Yeah, I do, man. I know the type exactly. No, I mean there's what is practical, necessary versus what is you believe is practical or necessary. I was like, what the hell is my kid growling under the door? I just got all freaked out. What do I know? I don't even own any guns. And I'm a gun expert. What?
What'd you get freaked out for?
Because I heard him growling under the door.
Oh, he's right there at the door.
Didn't forget.
So I was gonna get him going in a second.
AR. Don't forget to install binary trigger and AR pistol. Are you buying Nick Roberts? I don't have an AR pistol or rifle, but if you're buying binary triggers, go ahead and send me one, bud. It's a cool thing, you know the type. Oh yeah, I read that.
You said you don't have those?
I don't have nothing.
I have everything.
10-5 is pretty short. So the first AR I ever built was a 10.5-inch AR, and I thought it was the baddest thing in the world. Right? I knew what I wanted, knew what I needed, knew how practical it was, and then we shot it. That thing was how loud that thing was.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it would blow your eardrums out. It didn't matter where you stood at.
I mean, it was a beast.
Where you shot it at. It was a fire spitting.
It was.
Every time you shot it, there'd be a 4-inch flame coming out of that thing. 12 would be my limit. 12-inch, that's it. If it's under a 12, 12.5, I'm cool. 12, I think with the 12-inch, 12.5, you can, it's got enough to reach out a little bit and touch somebody, but then it's short enough that it's practical.
I thought my 10.5 was loud Draco.
Yeah, I've never shot a Draco, but I've heard them shot, and I've
I'm
heard.
gonna have a small rifle. It will have rifle
Or
ammo,
those
not
fireworks,
pistol
and metal
ammo.
BBs around here. I still got one of them big ass fireworks somewhere. I think it's in Ohio.
What?
The fireworks we had, they sounded like freaking bombs when they went off.
Oh.
The ones that were blowing holes in the backyard with in Ohio. I think they're still in Ohio.
Why?
Why what?
They're still in Ohio.
Oh, why they're still in
Stupid. I
Ohio?
want to play with them.
Because we have idiots that are out to get us, like zombie fuck.
Zombie Queen.
So why risk it? It's easier if we just leave leave shit like that states away. Guy in fighting rifle was shooting a 12.5-inch AK with a break, and it was loud. Oh, I'd be madder than hell at that dude shooting it with a break in a pistol in a rifle class. Yeah, I'd be madder than shit, especially the break on it.
Government out to get us.
They are, man. Well, it's not just government, man. Like
Even people.
I know for a fact, like no bullshit, and Christy will tell you, and there's people that on here that know. There were people actively trying to fucking bury me for no reason, within the past 5 years.
Other people.
Contacting other people, contacting agencies and shit. Like we know that shit was for real happening. And you know why it was happening? Because I have a fucking YouTube channel, no other reason. Because of what I say on here. Because I don't say what they agree with. Mainly about the cops in those cases.
Yep.
Mainly about the cops. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many times I can say it. I just want to be left alone,
Is
man.
that open up there?
Yeah. No, I thought it was earlier too, but I don't think it is. Grab the spotlight real quick. It's right there on the glass table. If it is, I'll walk up there and unopen. If it's open, I'll walk up there and unopen it. It shouldn't be open. It should be locked, matter of fact. I don't know if it is. I'll get her to walk up here with me because I'm scared. Oh, look at that. I got long hair. Will you walk up here with me? I don't think it's locked.
What?
I don't think. Grab that headlamp in there. And we'll walk up here real quick. I can turn the lights on in the car. My car that don't work. The lights work though. You on it now? I don't know if they will shine all the way up there though. No, it's closed. I don't think it's locked though. Oh man. Did you guys see my video about putting a fuel pump in here? The problem was all shit you got to hook. You dropped the 10. I was like, you know what? I'm not even messing with that shit because I know what happens when you start unhooking stuff underneath a car that's 20 years old, it's all rusted out. And I don't feel like doing that. So we just got a big hole in the back floor. Nobody's ever gonna know. We're gonna weld this back shut tomorrow. I know it ain't smart to weld with the 25 gallons of fuel under me. I know, I get it. If I catch on fire, you can say I was a dumbass. But until then, shut up. Sound like a cannon? What did you want to? Okay, did you bring your airsoft gun?
What?
Did you bring your airsoft BB gun?
No.
Come on.
Is it open?
No, it ain't open.
What are you looking for?
No, we'll go up here and I'm gonna go up here and lock it. Come on.
He doesn't want to go by himself.
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Why'd you want me to bring my airsoft?
So you could
So
shoot something.
you could shoot something in the eye. Come on.
Okay, here, hold on.
No, we're already up here, Silas. Come on.
I'll just
Don't walk in the mud.
Why are you scared?
Why am I scared? I'm not scared of anything, dude. I'm Superman. What are you talking about? I'm the man.
Why did you
I'm the man
want
of
me to-
steel. I didn't. I just asked your mom to come up here with me. She tell you what? I didn't know you were coming. Watch out for the mud. Don't step in the mud. Just go this way. There's water and mud right there. Walk around it. No, don't walk through it. Stay right there. I'll walk up here and lock it.
Mom's gonna be alone. Something's gonna touch.
Here's what we see. I don't know if you can see it.
What do you see?
What do I see? I see an unlocked container. I don't think anybody could get here. Here, hold this stuff so real quick. I need you to hold the light so I can see you. I need you to hold the camera so I can use both hands. Okay? No.
Yep.
Turn the light so I can see.
Yeah, what are you looking over here for?
It's hard to shut because the dude that moved it bent these locking bars. We had to cut locks off of it last week because I locked the keys in on accident.
How did you hear Coyote? Can I have this flashlight?
I didn't hear Coyote. What's your favorite scary movie? Oh shit!
Stop it, Nick.
I'm just kidding. Walk over here.
Scaring. Why are you doing that?
I'm only playing with you. I ain't scaring him. Silas ain't scared. He's the kid of steel, ain't you, that guy? You're-
Scared.
You're right.
You don't have your phone. You got
So
phone.
I don't know. I got something going on tomorrow. I'm not gonna tell you about it now. I'll tell you about it after the fact, maybe if you're lucky. I don't know how it goes.
It's a secret because you're not gonna tell anybody till tomorrow.
I'm not gonna tell nobody. Bigfoot Sasquatch. Bigfoot Sasquatch. Yeah, you should have. So Travis and I wish we'd have filmed it. I wish we'd have filmed the removal of the tree from the road. Okay, so a tree had fallen, but all the roots were still it was like the hill slid or something, but the roots were still in the hill. It was in our way, so we hooked it to the truck. Travis had this bright idea. He's like, "Hey, let's hook your truck to this big fucking cedar tree and jerk it out of the road." I'm like, "All right, why not?" Right? And then so we hooked the chain to it to the front of the truck, and we commenced to jerking on this thing. We didn't just like pull on it. We had to like get a run to start and jerk because we was in 6 inches of sloppy mud. And we finally got it loose, and then we pulled it from the top and pulled it around. And then
You
we
smalled your vehicle in Tennessee.
hell no, I didn't do that shit when we were
That
supposed
was
to do it.
awesome with the truck, Taylor said.
Yeah, well, we got the tree moved. We need to get some. I got some different tires for it
And she
though.
says watching it 2 times the speed and sounds funny.
Huh?
2 times the speed. He's watching that NG.
Watching what?
This, I guess, or maybe you're the tree or the car video. I don't know because they were
I
talking
don't think
about
we filmed that one. We should have filmed it, but we didn't.
the car video,
Oh.
fuel pump video.
Oh, you're funny. Well, guys, I gotta go. I pulled it out. Pulled it out by the roots like it's a tree.
When did you guys do that?
The other day when we was out there, we took a road that we like not onto the way to his land. That the road with the
Oh, the one you
you know
told me
the-
about.
you
I
know
was
the
thinking
road-
you were talking about here. I was
no,
like, what
like
the
where the
hell?
road with the cabins at, and it goes to the right up the
Yeah.
hill, where he wants to know where it went. So we went. We tried to find out.
Oh.
But then we got way back there, and I was like, "Look, we're going to get stuck back here, and I can't get the. I can't. Well, this truck will be here until it dries out, or we'll be walking like 3 miles out of
He's
here."
stuck there.
And when I said that, he's like, "Walk 3 miles." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, we better turn around." I'm just kidding. That's not what happened. That is what happened, but I didn't say all that shit then. I'm bullshit about all that.
You damn bullshitter.
Yeah, well, damn bullshit.
Quit cussing.
We're going to use. Oh yeah, sorry. We are going to be
Yeah.
using the truck to
Yeah.
move trees around here though, because we had to start cutting the forest down and make it. We have to make it look a little nicer. So we're going to be cutting some trees down. The only way to cut them down, because of the way everything is to start cutting, and they're going to get hung up in other trees, and then we're going to jerk them out with the truck. We didn't get the maple tree cut down, or these 2-seaters by the house. That is project. All these trees right here got to go soon, because we have to put raised beds out here in less than 6 weeks.
I know, and I gotta
What?
run my
No,
four-wheeler.
But March, April, May. Yeah, less than 6 weeks. There has to be raised beds out here, and our plants have to be hardened. I actually have some more plants I have to plant in the next week.
Because I want to be able
Our
to
other ones
jump
are doing really well though.
that-
Everything we planted is doing really well. What?
I want to be able to go over there and jump it.
Jump what?
This right here.
Listen, if we get some equipment out here at some point, we're going to build a motocross track.
I know. I want to take out almost.
No, like you're not listening. If we get some equipment out here at some point, we're going to build a legit motocross track in the very back.
I want to do it there.
We'll cut all that trees and shit will get cut down.
No, I'm not worried about that. I want to do it in the front.
You want to do it in the front, so we need to have a motocross track in the front, because people won't look at that when they drive by, right?
So if they look,
I don't want people looking,
why?
because it bothers me when they look.
The white.
I gotta roll, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta go. Actually, I do gotta go, because I gotta mail my phone out tomorrow, and I gotta transfer all the data tonight. So y'all stay safe, stay well armed, and don't go fighting for Ukraine. Just stay the fuck out of it. Ain't none of your business. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Don't be a pawn in the bankers' little puppet wars. We did pull it out by the roots. Did you try using the come along to pull the log out of the mud and avoid suction from the
The
mud?
day that we.
No, we were in like some slick ass mud in my truck. So my truck is a diesel truck, obviously, but so it's super heavy. Number one, number two, it just has radials on it, so the tires have no. They're not aggressive at all. They're like the tamest tires ever. They're made for road. They're not made for off road and none of that shit. Because of all the driving I was going to be doing, this kind of tires I put on it. But the place we had to go was all muddy, and it was really sloppy on the one road. It was just like it was slop. There was 6 inches of slop on top of clay mud, and there's a tree in the road. And we couldn't really turn around, so I had to jerk the tree out of the road. But anyway, I gotta roll, y'all. yeah, that's right. Yeager going. We was talking about that earlier. That's why I said.
Hey, I thought they were supposed to split that up for your new phone. They didn't. They're charging you $334.
$334. Why they charge me $334? It's only
Tell me.
$250. It's only $250. No, we gotta call AT&T. Well, we're gonna have to call them. We're gonna have to call them, because that's yeah, that can't be right.
And
We
were they
can't pay
charging
that.
you for both phones?
Probably as
But they,
of right
no,
now.
they did not say they would do that. They didn't even say, oh, it's going to show up, and then you don't, when you return it, you don't pay it. They didn't say nothing like that. So they know you're returning that one.
Okay, well, this one and the other one's getting returned. I'm
Oh
returning
my
this one and
God.
sending the other one back. It's all right. We still got 2 weeks to deal with it, Christy. Before the first.
Yeah,
before
and
the
I got to
bills
sit
go
on
up.
the phone with them for hours, like I've already done this whole past month.
I'm sorry.
I'm not doing it because I didn't do this.
Hey, Dad.
You woke me up when I told you I
I
wanted
gotta
to sleep
go.
in.
I gotta